What's up, Titans fans? It's your boy CD back again with another episode of Titan Up Today. Today is a real quick one. Obviously, it's the post-game recap after we just beat the Chicago Bears 27-14 in a game that was closer than it should have been. Good game, boys. No need to delay. Let's get down to it. All right, Titans fans, 27-14 victory. Our boys are now officially 6-2. A little bit of a hiccup last week against the Bengals, quickly remedied by a game beating the Chicago Bears. These Bears did not bear down. They did not tighten up. They just showed up. Nonetheless, our squad took advantage of a very, very weak offensive line. Nick Foles had a hard time passing the ball. Derek Montgomery couldn't run the ball. They did get loose late. Like I kind of said to you guys, as I predicted, late garbage time touchdown when the game was already put away. But Allen Robinson ended up with decent numbers and had a good game, along with Anthony Miller and the young rookie, man. He was out there as well. Mooney, that's his name. The squad, I told you guys Jimmy Graham would be a problem. He was a problem somewhat. The squad on defense, we played really, really good. I thought, and low-key, I'm going to say that field goal that they did attempt whenever they were down by 17 was just weak. They should have went for a touchdown. We should have gotten a shutout. That's what it would have ended up being at that point. I think that we just would have tightened it all the way around and then made sure that we finished it. Once we gave it the 3 points, I think we kind of let off the gas, although we did get a couple penalties late. After Ryan Tannehill got beat up on a late hit on that long pass to Jonnu Smith, almost a touchdown, that close touchdown. The first play, obviously, he ended up getting a touchdown the very next play, but on that pass play, he got hit by Hicks, hit him, and no flag at all. So it seemed like our defense kind of went out there with a little bit of blood on their taste buds, but definitely made up for lost penalty on our boy Ryan Tannehill. All in all, it was a great victory. It works out. We'll take it. Now, offensively speaking, running the ball, we didn't. Like I said, I told you guys, this Bears team, whenever they want to stop a run from happening, they do. But you have to pass. Derrick Henry could not get the ground game running. There was a couple times where it looked like he might in the third and fourth quarter looked like he might get that train running where he can break off on those large runs that we normally get late in the game. But they still corralled him and wouldn't let him get free. All three running backs, that's Henry, Foreman, as well as McNichols. Nobody was able to get loose. No one could do anything on the ground. And big props to Chicago fans out there. I got a couple friends on social media as well as a coworker, Nick. Hey, still love you, man. Sorry for the loss, but somebody had to take it. The Pretenders are 5-3. We kind of knew that it was going to happen, but overall, they showed up and they played well. Not would say they played well. They showed up and they played with heart, right? We'll give them that. They played with heart all the way down to the end of the game. But whenever 4-0s came in the fourth quarter, we were the victors. So when it comes out of run game, obviously not the best for us, not what we look for as a running first team. So you would think that the pass game was it, and it was not. Ryan Tannehill started off his first 5 passes were incomplete, could not get off the field. It reminded me, it's like reminiscent of the old Titans back in our scary carry days when we would get on the field, or even Jake Locker, get on the field, 3 and out, punt, maybe get a first down, then punt. That's how the game started off, and not gonna lie, I was a little bit leery, like kind of just scared just a little bit, because I thought that we might let this team that shouldn't be involved in the game stay around in the game. Eventually, Ryan Tannehill did drop that dime to number 11, A.J. Brown on the sideline. Again, perfect pass. When I say perfect, I mean perfect. A.J. didn't show his hands to the last second. The ball went over the defender's shoulder, over his shoulder, right into the breadbasket, and allowed him to be a muscle, just a strong human being. Like I said, we're compared to Anquan Bolden, but Anquan Bolden is more compared to A.J. Brown. The strength from the wide receiver just beat him up and then dives for the touchdown. Perfect pass by Ryan Tannehill. Great catch and run by A.J. Brown. And, of course, the effort at the end for the touchdown. I got a quick question here. DK Metcalf, Ole Miss wide receiver. A.J. Brown, Ole Miss wide receiver. Both in the same wide receiver line and opposite of each other. How did Ole Miss not win a national championship? These two guys are freakish athletes. The strength is absolutely out of this world. The speed. A.J. Brown did it again. He kind of lost his win at the end. But that 38-yard pass reception that he had, gets it, breaks the tackle, and just keeps running. And he decides, you know what? I'm faster than you, and just starts outrunning this guy until he lost his breath and had to try to cut it back in and go down. But A.J. Brown, a beast. Not a number one wide receiver. I won't give you that yet. Still too young to go out there and do that. But our number one wide receiver, Corey Davis, nowhere to be found. Couple drops, like bad drops that you would normally snag. Just last week, you were absolutely out of your mind. It was almost like they told you, hey, you're out of the game plan this week, and you just took the week off. That's the vibe that I got. Jonnu Smith, is he back? I don't know. That one drive, he looked like it. He came out of nowhere, caught a good pass, ran it down towards the end zone. Then the very next one, catch that touchdown. He hasn't had a touchdown since week 4, I believe. Had 5 touchdowns coming into this game. Got his 6th big touchdown. Jonnu, again, the offense, whenever we wanted to, stepped it up and started to play and separate ourselves from a team that we were much better than. To be honest, I'm looking at this whole game from start to finish, the way the Bears played, offensively speaking, I expected something like this kind of game against the Bengals. I thought the Bengals would come out there 1-5-1 at that point, that they would come out tripping over themselves, not playing well on offense, not playing well on defense, and allow us to win this game. Not the case. The Bears came out a 5-2 team, again, contender or pretender. I called them a pretender a long time ago, more than 3 weeks ago, and they are definitely showing their colors. You can argue that they might be like the 3rd or 4th worst team in the NFL. And that's not just throwing rocks at the Bears Nation. I'm just saying the way that they played specifically on offense, it is absolutely bad. The defense played good, like really good, to hold us and keep us around. But that offense is so miserable. There's no way that you can do anything with that offense. But our offense, again, passing the ball, not so much where we want it to be, but the defense, the boys were loose. Jeffrey Simmons, a man amongst boys. You can see him again, he just takes off. How about that athletic play to be able to go look to sack the quarterback, stop, jump up. He's midair. Jayon Brown tips the ball. Soon as he hits the ground, he changes direction and flies. It seemed like 5 yards out to almost get that interception inside the red zone playing the Bears. It was like, how's that man? That man's 300 pounds. How are you doing that? That's crazy, mind-boggling to see an athlete do what he did. But the defense, secondary played well. Malcolm Butler, the first half to 3 quarters, Allen Robinson didn't hear his name. Like, you didn't even hear his name at all. Malcolm Butler was in his jersey the entire game, and then he kind of let him loose towards the end. Again, Allen Robinson, one of the top guys in the league when it comes down to wide receiving. He's going to get his catches, and he did. There was a couple passes where we just couldn't hold him, and he got loose for a couple good receptions. But overall, the secondary played well. Linebacking core played well. Didn't see too many crazy penalties. Special teams, holy crap. Like, it was a totally different game. No, like, botched snaps, no fumbles or stumbling over themselves on kickoff returns or punt returns. We actually had a couple good punt returns in this game as well. Punting the ball, Brett Kern, rest up your wrist. You're okay. Take another week off if you need it. Heal all the way up, because our boy came in and was punting the ball as if he was Brett Kern, just with a left foot. But nonetheless, he played extremely well. Punting the ball, Gostkowski and his opportunity to kick a field goal, made it. Didn't miss any extra points. The special teams, I would argue that they were perfect. Even down to the final onside kick, where we tightened up on onside kick, got recover the kickoff, got the ball back to the O so they can kneel it out. Victory formation and win this game. Titans Nation, tighten up. Sunday, today is Victory Sunday. It's a good day. Enjoy the rest of it. I'm going to enjoy the rest of it as well. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And if you like this episode or any other episode in the past, click the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. Click it and I'll be here every time I upload. And also click the notifications bell. That way you can get notified the next time I upload the next episode of Titan Up Today. Speaking of next episode of Titan Up Today, that will be a formal recap of this matchup between the Chicago Bears and Tennessee Titans, as we just got the win at home. Got the win at home, 27-14. We did it. We're back. Hopefully it's W1. Looking for a quick turnaround to play Indy, big division rival game. They took the loss. I cannot wait for this game. It's going to be a good one. Quick turnaround. Get right back on it. But like I said to you, expect the recap followed by a quick preview shortly before, probably on Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on how this Monday Night Football and everything else shakes out. But expect it soon. But before you go, I got one question for you. Why tighten up tomorrow when you can tighten up today? Woo! Victory Sunday.